everybody, this is Sheree from shereescraftyGirls.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today my project, excuse me, is this beautiful little box that once you take the band off, stays closed really well, and inside it holds 4 beautiful tea lights. Now these tea lights actually come white, but thanks to Heidi Smith's showing me this technique when I went to Telford in the beginning of the year, and using a piece of tissue paper that is stamped with whichever stamp you want, cut out in a 2-inch circle or 1 3/4 inch circle, and is heat melted onto the candle. There is a tutorial on this technique on my tea light gift box with tissue topped tea lights, and you'll find that on my blog or on YouTube, and it will show you the technique, and it will also show you a small video on there that shows that this is not a fire hazard, as some people had concerns. So to make this lovely little box, you are going to need several little pieces and items. For the box itself, you're going to need, I've just lost my notes, I am sorry, a piece of cardstock that measures 10 inches by 6 1/8. You are also going to need a piece of Fabulous Foils acetate, and that's just a small little piece that measures 3 inches by 2 3/4 inches. You don't have to do that because you can keep the lid solid, and if you just use a bit of cardstock, you could put DSP on there, or as I've done here, you can stamp it, and I've cut a little window, but you don't have to put the window in there. If you are going to put the window in there, you're going to need the beautiful Layering Ovals framelit set, and I used these 2 framelits there to cut out my window, and I'll show that to you in a little while. So I also used Perfect Peaceful Pines, and that was to make my label. And with this one, the piece that I cut out in the centre, I used for the back label there, and then I just cut a smaller piece out to make this label, and then I used the plain oval to cut out that one, and that made the label for that box. But because this has tiny little trees, I don't know if you can see that if I bring it really focus, it's got tiny little trees on it, so that's why I thought I would use the Peaceful Pines. I used this stamp set, and I stamped that onto cherry cobbler, and I stamped it in basic black, and then I just used the framelit, not stamped it, with the Whisper White, and on a little piece of vellum and cherry cobbler I used this one. And with this set comes its own framelit set, and they've all fallen out, I am sorry, and that is called Perfect Pines Framelit Set. And with that you have various size trees, you have the pretty lights and baubles. Now that's the baubles, there's the lights, and that gives a little like pop out effect of your trees. You've got some ornaments, you've got the star, the present, and also a little pot if you want to put them in. And you also have all the beautiful stamps to go with it, and some sentiments, so I think that's a really super bundle, that one. So going back to making the box, you're going to need your scoring board. I hope that's in shot, so let's move it over a little bit, there we go. And we're going to score at 3/4 inch on the long side at the top, 1 1/2, 4 5/8, 5 3/8, 8 1/2, and 9 1/4. Then turning that so the short side is at the top, you're going to score out again at 3/4 inch, 1 1/2, 4 5/8, and 5 3/8. And there we go. So then determined, before you do anything else, we'll fold and burnish, and then we'll cut some, do the cutting. So fold and burnish your score lines, so nice and crisp. As with all boxes, we like them nice and crisp. It gives it a nice finish to our box. So on the side as well. Sorry, the light's very, very dark today because it's very overcast outside. We've had torrential rain all through the night, so the light's not particularly brilliant. It sounds like I'm coming down with a cold, doesn't it? So then, because both sides are equal, it doesn't matter which one you choose, but choose which one's going to be your top, your lid, and you're going to cut away the 4 corners, the 4 boxes in the corner on both sides. I don't know which side you can see, which is better really, but you have 4 little squares on there, and you cut both of those, all 4 of those away. So, and then you are going to cut from the first score line, past the first score line and to the second score line. Okay, so cut that down and remove that section completely, and then cut to your next score line and just notch slightly on there and there and there, and repeat that on the opposite side. So cut away your first rectangle and the square, and then remove the square and come into the second score line. So you're removing that piece completely. Cut that score line, just notch ever so slightly on those. Not that one. I shouldn't have cut that one. I do apologise because we're going to round the corners. So don't notch there, I am sorry. Right, so next score line down, cut into the second score line and the score line behind. So you've got 2 score lines on the side. Cut right the way in past the first to the second. Remove your rectangle completely and the square, and that one you want to notch and notch, and we do want to notch this one because they're going to all fold underneath. So turn it completely round. So your 4 squares in the corner, cut to your second score line, come up to your next score line and cut again into your second score line. Remove your rectangle, remove your square and notch ever so slightly there and there and there, there. Okay, so that's that all done. And so you shouldn't have notched that one, I'm too sorry, so it's going to look a bit odd in this one, but you just want to round. You would have rounded that corner, so we'll just round this one like so, and that gives you, no, I am telling fibs completely, yes, sorry, oh you're going to hate me, and we need to round this corner, you can just round it, and in this flap, I say it's not going to look really right this time because I did notch it and we shouldn't have, because they are your flaps here on the side. Right, so now we've determined that this is going to be the lid of our box, and we're going to take our 2 ovals, just the inside one to start off with, and we're going to pop that into our big shot. And mine's a very old one and it looks very scored, but it still works. I'm going to have to put it this way, I think, for it to be in shot. So you pop that onto your big shot, making sure it's nice and central. A little tiny big piece of tape, just to make sure it's in place, because I haven't got a magnetic base plate. So I just pop that where I want it, put a little tiny bit of tape, and you put your top one on top and you feed it through your big shot. Okay, and then that, you see, will give you your bottom piece of your label if you want to use it. So we remove that, and then taking a small piece of cherry cobbler, which I haven't got out. I don't even know if I've got any left actually. Let's have a look. There we go. And with that, bringing your boards back through, you are going to put, oh, what's put on with it? Oh, I'm so unorganised. What have I done with the big one? There it is. So taking a piece of scrap, you want the bigger oval on there, and you also want to put the little one as evenly on the inside. Now this is just going to make a little border, so you want it nice and even. Gosh, I'm shaking. And tape that down. Or as I say, if you've got a magnetic board, you don't have to. I haven't, so I just tape it. And then you put that back through your big shot. Nice and simply roll it through. Sorry about it jogging the camera. And then I'll just pop that out of the way. I don't have a lot of room on my desk. And then remove your framelets and pop them away so you don't lose them. And that, then, that out of the way, is your second piece for your label, and then you just need to put a little oval for your white, or you could stamp on there, it's entirely up to you, but that makes that label. And then this, which I haven't cut very evenly, goes on there just to frame it, and I'm going to use a little bit of Tombow, just a tiny bit around the outside to let that stick. You don't need too much, it's fine. And then you pop that, because I've made it a bit uneven, I'm going to have the bigger bit at the top, and that just frames your window. And I think that just makes it, finishes it off a little bit better. So, and then turning it over, you're then going to take your piece of acetate, removing the film that is on the back. If I can get hold of mine. Excuse me just for a moment. It has a tiny film, very thin film on the back. Remove that, and with the pattern side that you can have it silver if you like, or you can have it gold. I think I'm going to have the silver showing through. So taking a little piece, you could just use glue dots, it's entirely up to you, but I'm going to use some sticky strip which has stuck itself together. And I'm just going to pop that around the edge, but you could use just 4 little glue dots in the corners, that will hold it. You don't even have to put acetate in there. If you've got scented candles, it would perhaps be very nice to leave it open so you could smell the scent of the candles. That would be nice too. So I'm just putting some sticky strip, top and bottom, on the acetate. I mean, this is tear and tape, so you can just do that. Taking your backing paper away. And pop that, removing whatever that is in there, and you just cover your oval cutout on the score lines, like so, and there you have a pretty little window for your box. Isn't that lovely? That's super. Right, now to make the box itself, we are going to put some adhesive. See if I've got some snail. We'll just use some snail because that's all I've got at hand. So I tend to have a piece of, I can't find my silicone mat, so just put some snail on your tabs to form the bottom of the box, and to make the box as you would normally, aligning your sides. Your sides seam so it's nice and neat and even. And you need a nice firm corners. And then on the inside of these flaps, again you are just going to put, let's pull them out a little bit easier, you just put some snail or some fuss fuse, sticky strip, Tombow, it's entirely up to you, and you just fold those inside, and they hide the flaps. So take a bone fold to make sure they're nice and firmly stuck down. And then with this one, you just do, because it's in 2 halves, just take the outer side and put your adhesive, fold that in, bring in your corner Project Life corner punch, and round them corners, like so. And there you have your beautiful box. Tuck that in, and there's your box for your 4, oops, pop them out of the way, your 4 tea lights. Just pop you in there, and you can use whatever stamp, as I say, you want to decorate your candle, like so. Just pop that lid on. Now I'm going to leave that one just like that, but as I say, this one, I just took a little piece of baker's twine and I just wrapped it around my box. I should have done it the other way because it would have been easier than trying to struggle with the label, and I put the label on upside down, so we'll do it the proper way. Pop that on. Can't work it out. Pop that on, and then you tie it round. So you could use a piece of ribbon, piece of lace, just to finish it off, like so. As I said, this one I'm just going to leave it like that. And I'm going to use a little glue dot on the top of my trees, and I'm just going to pop just 2 or 3, and I'm going to pop that in the corner as my label. And there you are, quick and simple, pretty little box for 4 tea lights. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please like and subscribe. If you want any of the products used in this tutorial, the link is below to shop with me. If you'd like to come and join my team, I'd love to have you along. Again, the link is below. All the measurements and details are on my blog. That is also below. Please leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care. Bye.